All right. We are going to be starting our statistics unit, so we will be talking about mean, median, and mode today. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is define what these words actually mean. Okay, so for numbers 1 through 4, it's asking us to find the mean for each data set. Okay, let's go ahead and define what is the mean. Okay, well, the mean is the average of all the data given. Okay, so that's great. We are going to actually find the average of the data that's given to us. Okay, well, how do we actually do that? Okay, well, we're going to find the mean in 2 steps. Our first step is to add up all the data. Okay, and then our second step is going to be to divide by how many sets is given, or points, how many data points are given. Okay, so first we're going to add them all up. Second, we're going to divide by how many data points were given to us. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at number 1. We'll zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so we can see that this dot plot is given by hours slept. Okay, so we're looking at hours slept. Okay, so we have 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, and 9 hours. Okay, so what we're going to do here is first we're going to count up how many of these guys we have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have 2 6s, 6, 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7s. Okay, same amount of 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 8s. 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1 9. Okay, so now that I listed them all out, now I can add all of these guys up. Okay, so I'm just going to write the sum of these guys, meaning we're going to add them all up. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this on our calculator. 6 plus 6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7s. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8s. Plus 1 9 is equal to 111. Okay, so the sum, 111. Okay, then we're going to take our second step and divide it by how many data points we were given. Okay, so this is like how many dots or how many numbers we were given. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so our average, okay, and sometimes you'll see it written as X bar. That's what we call that. Our average is 111 divided by 15. So we get 7.4 as our average, or our mean. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty, now in minutes to run a 5K, I'm not going to rewrite these numbers. I'm simply going to just add all them up. The only reason I rewrote these guys is just to see it as a list of numbers instead of dots. Okay, so on number 2, I'm just going to add these guys up. So that's our sum. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this into our calculator. See where you guys can see all of it. So you have 34 plus 31.3. Whoops, make sure I type it in right. 1.3 plus 32.9 plus 30.3 plus 25.4 plus 28.4 plus 26.4 plus 26.1 plus 34.1, kind of have to make sure you're doing this correctly, plus 31.8 plus 41.1 plus 45.8 plus 43.1 plus 28.3 plus 24. Okay, so the sum of all of these numbers added together, 483. So that's probably the step that's going to take you the most time, just adding all those guys up. Okay, well now in order to find our mean or our x bar, we are going to take that 483 and divide it by how many we were given. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You could have just went 5, 10, 15. Either way, we know there were 15 data points given. Okay, so now we have 483 divided by 15. And so our mean or our x bar is equal to 32.2, the average. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty, let's look at number 3. So now we're given a list of test scores. Okay, so we want to find the average test score. So this would be very pertinent to like a math class, right? These are the test scores. Okay, so let's go ahead. First step is to always add them up. Okay, so that's going to be our sum. Okay, so I'm going to show the list and my calculator. Okay, make sure, in fact, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see my whole screen and all the numbers. Okay, so we have 55 plus 42 plus 46 plus 42 plus 55 plus 52 plus 39 plus 48 plus 49 plus 56 plus 44 plus 44 plus 49 plus 51 plus 55 plus 46. So our sum of all of those numbers is 773. 773. Okay, so that was our first step. We add them all up. Then we take our next step and we're going to divide by how many numbers we were given. Okay, so we can count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 times 2 would be 14, 15, 16. So now we have 773 divided by 16. And let's go ahead and just round this to the first decimal place, the tenths place. So that 1 behind our 3 is going to keep the 3 a 3 because it's below 5. So our mean or our x bar, 48.3. And there we go. Okay, number 4. Now we have length of book titles, okay, in number of words. Okay, so this is saying the book title is 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, and 5 words. Okay, so again, since it's giving me dots, I'm just going to go ahead and list out these numbers so I can easily punch them in. It's a step you don't have to do, but I like actually seeing the numbers. So I have 2 ones, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 threes, 1, 2, 3. 3 fours, 1, 2, 3. And 3 fives, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then I'm going to find my sum of all of those numbers added together. Okay, so bring out my calculator. So I have 2 ones, 1 plus 1, plus 1, plus 5 twos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 3 3s, 1, 2, 3, plus 3 4s, 1, 2, 3, plus 3 5s, 1, 2, 3. And we get a total sum of 48. Okay, that was our first step, and our second step is to divide by how many numbers or dots we were given. You can count either of them up, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 48 divided by 16 is going to give us our mean. Okay, so 48 divided by 16, and we get a mean of 3 as our average. Okay, so we defined our mean, the average of all the data given, and we used our 2 steps to find that mean. Okay, now on numbers 5 through 8, it's asking us to find the median for each data set. Okay, well the median, let's go ahead and define that guy. Okay, so the median is going to be the data point in the very middle. So the very middle data point. Okay, so in order to find the very middle, you have to organize the numbers in numerical order. Okay, so let's make that note. Over here, they have to be, so numbers must be in numerical order, meaning they have to be listed from the largest number, or excuse me, the smallest number to the largest number. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at number 5. So this is telling us our hours slept. So I see that it starts with 8, and then I have some 6.5s. I even have a 5.5. So we're going to have to list this in numerical order first. Okay, so let's just start listing it. I'm going to cross off the numbers as I come to them. Okay, I see that my lowest number is 5.5. 5.5. Okay, then I'm going to have next, let's see, 6.25. 6.25. I have 2 of those, so 6.25 and 6.25. Okay, then I have 2 6.75s. 6.75. Okay, and let's see, cross both of those guys off. Nothing else in, whoops, totally forgot these 6s. Okay, so we actually have 2 6s right there. Excuse me. So it goes 5.5, 6, 6, then those 6.25s. Totally didn't see those. Hopefully you guys saw those before I did. Okay, so now that all my 6s are taken care of, I can move on to 7s. The next would be just the regular 7.0, so 7, 2 of those. And I have 7.5 and 7.5 are both smaller than 7.75. I have 2 7.75s. 7.75, whoops. Okay, and let me zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see this. Okay, and then my last one, I have 3 8s. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and since this example kind of bled into number 6, we won't do number 6. Okay, so now that they're listed in numerical order, all we have to do now is cross them off from left to right. So we work our way into the center to find our median. Okay, so I'm going to start with 5.5, 1 of the 8s, 1 of the 6s, another 1 of the 8s, 6, 8, 6.25, 7.75, 6.25, 2, 4, And since we would both cross it off, let's see, are these an even number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, with an even number, you're not going to have a number totally in the middle, but because both of our numbers that we crossed off are 7s, that just means that our median is 7. Okay, so that's the number in the very middle. Okay, beautiful. Let's go ahead and do number 7. Okay, so let's see. First, they're given in dot plots, and this is actually kind of nice because this number line is given in numerical order. So we can really quickly just write out these numbers in numerical order. Okay, so this guy dot lines up with 59. Then we have one at 65. We have 2 at 69. We have 1 at 71. 2 at 72. 1 at 74. 2 at 75. 2 at 78. 2 at 80. 1 at 82, and 1 at 83. Okay, so pretty easy to see that those are already in numerical order. So if you didn't want to list them off, if you just wanted to cross off using the dots, that's fine. I like listing them so I can see exactly what number is in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead and start crossing it off. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. So again, we have these two numbers, since it was an even number, that are going to be in the middle. We didn't land on one specific number. So we landed on 74 and 75. Okay, so now what we have to do is we're going to take these two numbers, 74 plus 75, and we're going to divide it by 2. All this is really saying is what is the number that is directly in the middle of 74 and 75. It might be a little intuitive, but let's go ahead and just solve it. 74 plus 75 is equal to 149. Then divide it by 2. We get 74.5, which makes sense. The number that is directly in the middle of 74 and 75 is 74 and a half. So there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip number 8 as well. I think we get the idea that the median is just the number in the very middle. Okay, so let's go ahead, go to the next page. All right, so I think you'll like this one a lot. So now it's asking us to find the mode. Okay, so let's go ahead and define the mode. So the mode in data sets is the value with the most occurrences. So basically, whichever number or dot value which shows up the most. Okay, so looking at number 9, it's actually really easy to see which is our mode because it's whichever one is the highest. Okay, we can see that 2 has only 1, 5 has 2, 6 has 2, 7 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 has 1. In fact, let's go ahead and put these numbers. So this one has 1, that one has 2, that one has 2, this one has 4, this one has 1, 12 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 13 has 1. Okay, well again, when it's listed like this in a dot plot or a histogram, bar graph, something like this, you can easily see whichever one's the highest. So for this, I'll do a different color. Our mode is 12, because 12 in this data set, so hits in a round of hacky sack, 12 was the value that occurred the most. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look at number 10 then. Okay, so whenever it's given a list of numbers, so this is games per World Series, I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite this list. And if you want, you can actually, so let's go ahead. I'm actually going to create another like bar graph type thing. Okay, so my lowest one is 4. We have 5, 6, 7. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm just going to cross them off as we go. 1 at 5, 1 at 6, 7, 7, 7, 6, 4, 7, 5, 4, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, kind of running out of room, that's okay, 7, and 4. Okay, well, I created my little bar graph, whatever you want to call it, to see exactly how many I have. So 4 games, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. For 5 games, I have 3. For 6 games, I also have 3. And for 7, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so our mode, the value that occurred the most, was 7. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead just for time's sake and skip number 11. Okay, let's look at number 12. So this is listed in a bar graph, dot, plot, whatever. Okay, so it's really easy to see which one has the most, but let's go ahead and just label the values. So 0 has 2. This is sales tax by state. 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 has 1. 6 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 has 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 5. And 8 has 1. Okay, so what is my mode? What is the one that occurred the most? It was 6, because it had 5 occurrences, which were the most. Okay, those are your notes. You have an assignment that goes with it.